Okay, sorry about that, guys. Had some technical difficulties, and then when I played the video back, I realized that the sound was louder than my voice. I didn't realize that the sound on that filter would drown me out that way. So let's get back into it, shall we? Yes, so I want to talk about funds that you can get if you're sick, unemployed, or underemployed. There is a website called helpmepayMyBills.com. I think it is. Let me just pull that up real quick. Needhelppayingthebills.com. What you do is you scroll down to the bottom of that website. You go to your state and then you go to your city, and it will give you a list of all the different government programs that will help you pay your rent or pay your mortgage. In addition to that, it also listed weatherization programs that are available in your state, city, town, and it also lists various funds to help you pay your energy bills, your electric, gas, etc. It varies from state to state, city to city. Everybody has a different name for their program. Hello, Denora, for their program in each state. So I think you should look into that first. The next thing you should do if you are sick, unemployed, or underemployed is you should also visit your HUD housing counselor. They're free. One can be assigned to you. I'll also be providing the website to that so that you can look to see what else is available in your site, in your state or city, sorry. And as well, you can also go to FHA and you can go to United Way. Sometimes United Way actually has money to help you pay your rent or your mortgage. Sometimes they do run out. However, United Way has their own database in which you can look up to see what other housing programs are available to help you pay your rent or your mortgage or your energy bills. And then lastly, another place that I definitely know for sure is your local representative, your city councilor. Hi, Vincent. Your city councilor also has a database. I don't know why they don't put the databases on the internet, but when you go there, you can find additional programs to help you pay your mortgage or your rent. Now, I want to say this to you, those of you who are tenants. When you are applying for these programs, know this, not all landlords know about it. It's good if they do, but most landlords are not even aware that these exist. So it's good to educate yourself for your own good. And landlords, it's also good for you to know about these programs as well, because that rent that they're getting from the government, that money that they're getting from the government is going towards you to help you pay off your mortgage and your bills. That's number one. Number two, I know a lot of times people get sick, unemployed. They try to dodge the system. They try to avoid the landlord. Homeowners try to avoid the bank. It actually, you're working against yourself when you do that. And I'm going to tell you why. Many of the programs that I saw, they pay, for example, a homeowner. They pay your mortgage for 5 years, 0% interest. You pay them back when you sell the house or when you refinance the house. Now, if you look at your foreclosure rate in your state is probably under a year for most, if that much. Some of you, especially some of you that live in the South, the dirty South, you only have a couple of weeks and then they're kicking you out. So be honest with your landlord, be honest with your bank and say, hey, I'm in this situation right now. I may not be able to pay you this month. Please understand. Some landlords will, they'll forgive you for a month or so. But definitely, as soon as you know that you have to go to the hospital, definitely seek out a counselor, fill out the paperwork that you need. Both homeowners and renters, fill out every single line on that application. Why? Because the first people who look at that application do a quick review. If they see anything blank, they mark it incomplete, and then you don't get the money. That's no good, okay? So, for example, I know a lot of people, they'll say, well, I'm single, so when it asks me for my spouse income, I don't need to put anything. I'm going to leave it blank. Don't do that. Put a 0 or put NA, not applicable. The other thing that many of you do that's not right, you're not aware of it, but it kind of works against you and that you don't realize. You only put down when it says household income, and you can double check with the counselors, or if you have a lawyer, double check. But this is what I've been told. Household income is whoever's name is on the lease or on the deed. So if your girlfriend or your boyfriend moves in with you, their income does not count if their name is not on the lease or on the deed. And actually, it works against you by putting in that you make more money than you actually do. And the people who go over the application, they don't always double check that. They just go by your word and what you put down. So that's just something to be aware of. And whether you go to the government program or you go through a nonprofit program for extra funding, or you go directly to your bank for extra funding, always get a confirmation number once your application and everything has been submitted, and keep that safe somewhere. Also, to backtrack, landlords do not have to tell tenants that these programs exist, but banks, note holders, and mortgage holders have to tell homeowners that these programs exist. It's actually illegal if you go to them and you say that you can't pay, for them to try and foreclose on you. They're supposed to, even if they give you a foreclosure kit, it's supposed to list all of the different programs in your state that can help you pay your mortgage. So keep that in mind. There are a few unscrupulous people out there that, yes, they want to take your home, especially if it's in a up and coming area. So word to the wise on that. The other thing too that I messed up on, and I just found out about because I had an operation last year. It's supposed to tell your accountant. You get there's a rent rebate program in many different states, and there's also a disability tax credit in many different states. Even if you're not permanently on disability, but if you are off the job for a couple of months, that may count. Just double check with your accountant. Mine apparently did, even though it was only for a few months. And also be mindful that even if you get disability on your job, that doesn't mean that you can't still apply for these programs. These programs may still be applicable for you, so don't count yourself out. That was the other thing I wanted to mention. Now, some people, what they do, homeowners specifically, they'll go directly to the bank. It's always good to have a good relationship with the bank regardless, but they'll ask for a foreclosure forbearance, which means that they're asking the bank to delay them paying the mortgage for a while, and then they'll give a lump sum later on to make up for the payments they missed. Or they'll ask for a loan modification, which means they'll have the interest rate lowered, or they'll have it extended, let's say from 30 years to 40 years in order to finish paying off the mortgage. It's really on the bank's discretion from my understanding. They don't have to do it. That's why it's a good idea to have that relationship with them. The other thing I wanted to talk about as far as homeowners is concerned, many of the mortgage programs that help you, many of the programs that help you pay your mortgage, for most states, I see where they pay interest-free for 5 years. California is different. California will only give you 6 months and you have to get approval from the bank in order to do so. But other states, after the 5 years, I believe in some states that have it extended, like North Carolina has it for 15 years. They pay like 80% the next 5, and then I forgot the percentages of what it is that they pay the last 5 years of you having the mortgage, as far as how much they pay. And they pay you until you find a job, but 15 years is their maximum for most of the programs in North Carolina. For other states, it's 5. For California, it's 6 months. But also be aware that some states have more than one program, because North Carolina, for a fact, I know that they have more than one program in that particular state. And that's why after visiting the Need Help Paying Your Bills website that I'll post, you should also go to a HUD counselor. And what else did I want to mention to you guys? Sorry, I had to take notes because I was just so overwhelmed by all the information that I got. Oh, yes. Now, outside of the government programs, you also have various charities that will help you, that may help you pay. It depends on how much money they have at the moment that you actually go to them. And that's the Catholic Charities and United Way and Salvation Army. United Way, I was told, I haven't verified this, but United Way has their own database of different programs, both government programs and non-government programs, that will help you in paying your mortgage or your rent. So check that out if you find yourself in that situation. And there's also the Homeownership Preservation Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that will also, they provide counseling, housing counselors to help you stay in your house. So I believe I covered everything. And that's what I wanted to get you guys, make you guys aware of that's going on. And really, from what I gather, honesty is really the best policy. When you try to slip and slide, duck and dive, you know, foreclosure in some places, like I said before, is only a few weeks. But the government programs are, you know, they'll pay you for 5 years at the least. Well, 6 months if you're in California. I mean, I think it's better when you're honest and you're upfront. Oh, and I think I forgot one other thing, and that is insurance. There's 2 types of insurances you can get. You can get critical injury. Oh, Lord. Sorry, ignore that. You can get the critical injury insurance and the mortgage protection insurance. That also, it's like an add-on insurance to your homeowner's insurance. That also helps in paying your mortgage when you get sick, or let's say you have kids and you die before you finish paying off the mortgage. Your kids don't have to worry about being thrown out of the house, or, you know, putting their money together to finish paying off the bills. You have that insurance in place, and that insurance can take care of paying off your mortgage for you. So yes, now I have officially finished. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your patience and everything. And again, I will drop the links below at the end of the video. Have a great day. Bye.